Hello and welcome to Primus Civil Services Academy. So today we are going to discuss about the question which already in 2025 UPSC CSC Prelims. So what type of questions, especially in history and especially in this session, now I'm going to discuss about the questions which is related to modern history, medieval history, ancient history, and as well as culture part also. So let's discuss about that, what type of question. And one thing more, that as we expect that almost in whenever we are talking about the UPSC Civil Services examination, so we thought questions will be repeated, but not now, because UPSC Civil Services Prelims had its have its own parameters and its own criteria of questions also. And every year you must see that every year you find like different types of question from a same topic also. So here you can also see some most interesting questions from same topic also. So now let's discuss about the modern history. Now here the first question is that yes, one second. Yeah, the first question is all about the Raja Ram Mohan Roy. That consider the following statements about the Raja Ram Mohan Roy. The first statement is that is he possessed great love and respect for the traditional philosophical system of the East. And the second statement is about that he desired his countrymen to accept the rational and scientific approach and the principle of the human dignity and social equality of all men and women. So as per the question, that which of the statement given above is are correct, that is only one, two, one, both one and two, neither one and two. So basically this question belongs to the socio-religious reform movement. Socio-religious reform movement, okay. Why this topic is very important? This is very important because we can see that major changes that was happened during the 19th century, during this time period, and the famous personality that was Raja Ram Mohan Roy, and we consider him as the founder of modern India also. So what he talked about, that basically about the progressiveness of the society, and have to adaptation of new things, new culture, the good part of that any culture, philosophical thoughts also. So that's why the question is very you can say like very twist question is that he possessed great love, respect for the traditional philosophical system of the East, because somehow most of that most of people thought like he was basically he advocated about the Western education. So might possible that he was not in the favor of Indian philosophical thoughts. No, that is absolutely wrong. So basically at that time period, the impact of modern Western culture soon gave birth to a new awakening in India, and Western conquest exposed the weakness and decay of Indian society also. So thoughtful Indians began to look for the defects of their society and for ways and means of removing them also. So while a large number of Indians refused to come to terms with the West and still put their faith in traditional and Indian ideas and institutions also. So gradually came to hold that modern Western thought provided key to the regeneration of their society also. So, with respect to the Raja Ram Mohan Roy, he was the center figure in this awakening movement, or you can say during the socio-religious movement. He was the main. He was the main major changer, or he was the one who advocated these things. Sorry, who is rightly regarded as the first great leader of the modern India, as I already discussed about that. So Raja Ram Mohan Roy, by deep love for his people and country, worked hard all of his for a social, religious, and intellectual political regeneration also. So basically, what he want, sorry. So basically what he wants, so basically he wants like basically like people and country, when we are talking about that, he was pained by the stagnation and also like corruption and contemporary Indian society, which was at that time dominated by caste and convention, so that Raja Ram Mohan Roy possessed great love and respect for the traditional philosophical systems of the East. But at the same time, he also believed that Western culture alone would help regenerate Indian society also. So, especially in context of that, how to regenerate Indian society with respect to the Western philosophy or Western thoughts also. But we can't say like that कि he disrespect Indian philosophical thoughts or Indian philosophers. So no, that's completely wrong. So that's why first statement is right, and he desired his countrymen accept the rational. Yes, exactly. In when we are talking about that, in a particular, he wanted his countrymen to accept the rational and scientific approach and the principle of human dignity and social equality of all men and women. So he also wanted that introduction of modern capitalism and industry in India also. So that is why what we can see that the second statement about that is also right. So hence here both 1 and 2 is the right statement. See, Raja Ram Mohan Roy, he was a great intellectual, he was a great scholar also, and his thought, because he read a lot and he read different books of different religions also. So that's why basically he had almost a big canvas of philosophical thoughts like Eastern and Western, and which is best for the Indian society. He advocated about them. So according to that, here you can see that statement number C is the right answer. So now let's come to the next question. Consider the following subjects with regard to non-cooperation program. Here, the first statement is that boycott of law courts and foreign clothes, observance of strict non-violence, retention of titles and honors without using them in public, establishment of panchayats for settling disputes. So how many of the above were parts of non-cooperation program? So here you can see that basically the question is related with the non-cooperation movement, or what was the major program especially which is related to the non-cooperation movement. Okay, one thing is that when we are talking about that when this movement was started, so during in 1920, this movement was highly successful during 1920, and in December Nagpur session, this program was basically the program of non cooperation was accepted without any opposition. So everybody accept this proposal of the non cooperation movement, and basically what it evolved. Okay. It involved it has especially at that time moment, what we can see sorry, so we can see that a large number of not can't say like that, that they had their own program of the non-cooperation movement. So basically it involved the surrender of government titles and honorary positions and boycott of government schools and colleges, law courts and foreign clothes. Hence the first option is also here right. Why we can say that first option is right? Sorry. So that is why, because you can also see during the Swadeshi movement. So from the Swadeshi movement, especially the boycott movement. So from Swadeshi movement, what we can see, so we can see that the boycott program was especially added from that movement. But after that, in 1920 non-cooperation movement, it was in a large number, or we can say that it was accepted like creative works also. It included creative works also, like using of charkha. Okay, and indigenous things and goods we have to adopt also, like establishment of national school and colleges also. So what we can see that the first statement is right. What about the second statement, observe of strict non-violence? Yes, exactly, that non-violence is the mainly, especially that movement which was started by Gandhiji. So non-violence was the main theme, you can say, and non-violence was highly or strictly adopted by the satyagrahis also. So during 1920, and as you know, the incident of Chauri Chaura, because in that incident, violence used, so that's why Gandhiji immediate stopped the movement of non-cooperation movement. So that is why in this movement, what we can see that the observance of strict non-violence, and what about the retention of titles and honors without using them in public? No. So basically, it could also be extended to include resignation from government service and non-payment of government taxes also. So that is why here this is not right as per the non-cooperation program. Establishment of panchayat for settling disputes. So yes, exactly, because when it was started, so it was decided to set up a national schools, colleges established and strengthen the panchayats for the settlement of the disputes also, like promotion of hand spinning and weaving, as I already discussed with you. So these are the major programs of the non-cooperation movement. So here you can see that only three are the right, especially with respect to the non-cooperation movement, and the third one is not as is not justify the question about the non-cooperation movement. So now let's come to the next question. Consider the following statement with respect of the non-cooperation movement. The Congress declared the attainment of Swaraj by all legitimate and peaceful means to be its objective. Okay, it was to be implemented in stages with civil disobedience and non-payment of taxes for the next stage only if Swaraj did not come within a year and the government resorted to reparation. So, which of the statements given above are correct? As 1, 2, both 1 and 2, neither 1 and 2. Yes, see, when we are talking about this question, so what should be the answer? See, the Congress declare attainment of Swaraj as per the statement. Yeah, as per the statement, see the fundamental change, especially when we are talking about that, the fundamental change, okay. Yes, so basically the fundamental change in the policy of the method of the Congress was basically reflected in the article of 1 when the constitution adopted in 1921, okay. See, and then what we can see after that, yes, then what we can see after that, one second, I have to discuss about this question. So what about the Swaraj? See, the first time we heard this slogan like Swaraj, like from the Bal Ganga Dhartilak, like Swaraj is our birthright, okay. So we want Swaraj, especially you can say like Home Rule League movement. Yes, Home Rule League movement, that was the one of the best example that they are agreed that we want our own setup, we want our own rule also. So basically, when we are talking about the fundamental change in the policy methods of the Congress was reflected in Article 1 of the Constitution adopted, which was in 1921. So the object of the Indian National Congress is the attainment of Swaraj by the people of India by all legitimate and peaceful means. So that is why, hence, we can say, in other words, we can say that self-government within the British Empire was no longer to be attained solely through the constitutional means. Unconstitutional means provided they were legitimate and peaceful. So might also be employed. The change in the fundamental character of the Congress came in very year of the inauguration of the Montfort reforms and its successful working. So that is why here we can see that statement 1 is right, okay. So now what about the second statement? It was its implementation in stage. Yes, Gandhiji proposed the movement should unfold in stages also, and it should begin with the surrender of titles that the government awarded and a boycott of civil services, army, police, courts, legislative councils as well, also school, and like foreign goods also. Okay, so then in case of government used repression, a full civil disobedience campaign would be launched. So thou the summer of 1920, Mahatma Gandhi and Shaukat Ali caused extremely mobilizing popular support for the movement. So that is why hence 2 is also correct. So what we can see regarding the non-cooperation movement, that here both 1 and 2 are the correct answer. Now, this question is related with the sedition has become my religion. Was the famous statement given by the Gandhiji at the time of the Champaran Satyagraha, publicly violating salt law at Dandi, attending the second roundtable conference in London, the launch of the Quit India movement. See, when we are talking about Gandhiji and his statement, like his famous quote is also like "do and die." And what about the "do and die"? So, whenever we are talking about the "do and die," that during Quit India movement, that was very famous. And what about the sedition? Sedition. So, sedition, it means against government. Okay, against nation. So, basically, what we can see during that time period, Gandhiji give the statement about this. Okay, so now let's discuss about this question. Yes, like Mahatma Gandhi made this statement, like sedition has become my religion. Okay, so during the civil disobedience movement of 1930, yes, 1930. Okay, and specifically, if we are talking about that, the Dandi, after breaking the salt law on April 6, 1930, after picking up a handful of salt and breaking the British imposed salt law, Gandhiji declared. What Gandhiji declared? Gandhiji declared that the British rule in India has brought about moral, material, cultural, and spiritual renation of this great country, and I regard the rule as a curse. I am out of I am out to destroy this system of government, and sedition has become my religion. So this was the statement during the civil disobedience movement on 1930. This was the statement quoted by the Gandhiji. Okay, so after that, what we can see that he also told like ours is a non-violence battle, and we are not to kill anybody, but it is our dharma to see that the curse of this government is blotted out. So that's why here you can see the correct answer should be B. This was the statement of Gandhiji during the civil disobedience movement. Remember my word, that civil disobedience movement was that movement for the first time the you can say that the law of British rules was broken. So that is why that was the starting of the the against British government. Okay, who provided legal defense to the people arrested in the aftermath of Chauri Chaura incident? C.R. Das, Madan Mohan Malviya, and Krishnakant, Dr. Saifuddin Kichlu, and Khwaja Hassan Nizami, and M.A. Jinnah. So the basically the question is that about the Chauri Chaura. Yes, and I already discussed about that. Ki what about the important uh, thing about the Chauri Chaura incident? So when we are talking about the Chauri Chaura incident, so what we can see is especially, so especially because of Chauri Chaura incident, the famous or the popular movement, that was non-cooperation movement, was immediately stopped after that incident. So basically, Chauri Chaura is located near the Gorakhpur in Uttar Pradesh, and it is located in the Gorakhpur district, and that time that was United Province. Now that is Uttar Pradesh also. So became famous due to the incident in 1922 during the freedom movement. In 1923, Mahamana Madan Mohan Malviya ji and a prominent lawyer and a freedom fighter came forward to provide legal defense to the people arrested and sentenced to the death after this incident. And he argued continuously of 4 days in court, passionately defending the accused. Because of his efforts, he he was able to convince the judge to review the reduce of the death sentence, helping many innocent prisoners also. So here what we can see that the correct answer should be, yes, the correct answer should be like Krishnakant Malviya also contributed to the defense efforts of this implicated in the Chauri Chaura case. So here the correct answer should be Madan Mohan Malviya and Krishnakant. So now the next question is that subsequent to which of the following events Gandhiji, who consistently opposed untouchability and appealed for its eradication from all sphere, decided to include the upliftment of Harijans in the political and social program? The Pune Pact, the Gandhi-Irwin Agreement, Delhi Pact, arrest of Congress leadership at the time of Quit India movement, and promulgation of the Government of India Act 1935. Okay, so this question is all about that. This is also, and especially in this year, you can see that most of question, especially in modern India, which is related to Gandhiji and in from the freedom movement. So basically, Gandhiji intensified his campaign for the upliftment of the Harijans, and following the Pune Pact of September 1932, which was signed between Mali and Dr. Yeah, which was signed. So basically, was signed between Madan Mohan Malviya ji and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar ji. The pact led to the abandonment of separate electoral for the depressed classes, but introduced reservation to joint electorates, which Gandhiji accepted only after launching a fast unto death. So deeply affected by the plight of the untouchables, Gandhiji made their social institution a core part of his national movement shortly after the pact. So he founded the All India Untouchability League, that is also known as Harijan Sevak Sangh, and he also launched a weekly Harijan also. From 1933 to 34, he undertook to All India Harijan tour covering approximately 20,000 kilometers to spread awareness, raise funds, and promote reforms also. So basically, what we can see, Gandhiji, you can say that especially in his political career, like time to time, like this type of issues, like socially, because of social issues, he isolate from the active politics also, and he became the main figure, or you can say he became the main thought process, or he became the main uh, leader of the, like, who advocating about these things, like no, we are not in favor of the untouchability. Okay, we have to abolish this untouchability. So he did a lots of works regarding this, and as a result you can see, like Harijan Sevak Sangh, Harijan. So you can see that Gandhiji almost part himself from the active politics, and the as per the question, so basically the correct answer should be the Pune Pact. Yes, like from the Montagu-Chelmsford reform, okay, like Montagu-Chelmsford reform, we can see that Britishers almost they are talking about the separate electoral areas. So Gandhiji was not in favor for that, the separate electoral areas. Okay, so now after that we can see that the reserved seat will be reserved for them. So this will be the solution after that. So the correct answer should be the Pune Pact. Okay. So now consider the following fruits: papaya, pineapple, guava. How many of the above were introduced in India by the Portuguese in 16th and 17th century? Only one, two, three, none. Okay, see, when Portuguese, like when especially you're in modern India, the topic is that arrival of European companies. So when they arrived in India, they almost have with some things with them also, like the cultivation of papaya, pineapple, and guava. So these three are mainly what we can see, that European discovery of America was followed by the dissemination of the American food crops to different parts of the world, and especially what we can see, like different fruits. Yes, like papaya, pineapple, guava. So the cultivation or it was started by them. So basically this question is from the arrival of European companies, and especially what Portuguese give to the India. Who among the following was the founder of self-respect movement? Periyar, E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Bhaskar Rao Jadhav, and Dinkar Rao Javalkar. Okay, so self-respect. The question is all about the who was who among the following of the founder of self-respect movement. Okay, so whenever we are talking about the self-respect movement, so what we can see. Yes, so what we can see here, you can see the self-respect movement was basically started in 1925. In 1925 in Tamil Nadu by Periyar E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar, and also known as, he was popularly known as Periyar. He was, yes, when we are talking about that, so basically he was Naidu by cast and launched the movement to challenge especially like at that time uh, things which are not good in our society, so like religious orthodoxy, caste based operation. So that's why hence A is the correct answer. And also one thing is that the movement also rejected the religion dominancy of brahminical dominancy. And one thing more also, like Periyar also believed were tools of lower caste exploitation. So the movement rejected the Brahminical religion and culture, which Periyar believed was tools of lower caste exploitation. It also promoted rationalism, gender equality, and self-respect among the non-Brahmin and oppressed communities also. And Periyar also formalized marriages without Brahmin priest also, symbolically challenging Brahmin supremacy. And his ideas were in with the broader South Indian and caste sentiment, similar to those Sri Narayana Guru in Kerala also. So these movement played a pivotal role in social reform in South India, and also laid the foundation for the Dravidian politics in Tamil Nadu also. So here you can see the correct answer should be A. So now let's come to the next segment, that is medieval India. The question is, the irrigation device called arghat was a water bag made of leather pulled over a pulley, a large wheel with earthen pots tied to other ends of its spokes, a larger earthen pot driven by bullocks, a large water bucket pulled out by the rope directly by hand. Mainly, you can see, especially this type of question mainly came out during your examination and during in civil services examination when we are talking about that. So, arghat is that what is arghat, okay? And this type of terminologically based question, whom we called banjaras, that almost came out this type of question raised in your examination. So basically construction of water device in arid zones was deemed as a meticulous act. And as regards the technical devices used to raise water from wells, there are a lot of evidence available also. So especially inscriptions of southern Rajasthan, especially from the regions of the Jodhpur, Udaipur, Banswara. Okay, so what we can see that Sirohi that repeatedly refer to irrigation with the help of arghata or arghat or dhimada or dhiku also. So the technical nature of the arghat is generally translated a Persian wheel. Wheel means basically you can see this is the wheel. Yeah, this is the wheel. And mainly what we can see, yes, mainly what we can see, that is a matter of that the essential part of the arghat was the ghanti yantra, or the device with the pitchers usually mounted off the wheel but not attracted to its rim also. So basically if we are talking about that what is arghat? Yes, basically a large wheel with earthen pots tied to the outer end of its spokes, that is known as the arghat. It became the rahat or reghat or gharat in North India, and ubiquitous everywhere in India. It has disappeared with the lowering of the water table in many parts of India and the coming of the diesel and electric pump as a device. It's my surmise that the pulley which became the wheel was first discovered around the water. So the well itself is a remarkable discovery. A hole in the ground which yields water allowed mankind to conquer the open space and unyoke itself from the tyranny of being tied rivers, lakes. So the Persian wheel still exists in some parts of remote India, and which its deeper disappearance, so go water culture of history. So basically arghat is a large wheel with earthen pots tied to the other ends of its spokes. So that is known as the argat, and this device is mainly used for the irrigation purpose and for the water you purpose. So now let's come to the ancient history. Who among the following rulers in ancient India had assumed the title of Mat Vilasa, which Taracharitra and Gunabhara? Mahendra Varman first, this is Sim Vishnu, and Narsim Varman first and Sim Varman. So which one is the right answer? The question is that, especially in with respect, we can see the question is the following rulers in ancient India had assumed the titles, because during the ancient time period you can see the owning of the titles uh, Maharaja Dhiraj, like we can say Vikramaditya. So these are basically the titles. So this is all about the titles. So basically the answer should be Mahendra Varman first. See, Mahendra Varman first, his time period was 590. Yeah, 590 to 630. Okay, and became ruler after his father, Simhavishnu's demise, and under him the Pallavas. Basically, Mahendravarman first was the ruler of Pallavas dynasty, and after under him the Pallavas became a major political power, and he was a king with the accomplishments. So basically, he was known for his work and temple building activities also, or we can say that the art and architecture, development of art and architecture was mainly started during his time period. Basically he also promoted many artistic activities like drama, painting, music, and he took the title of Matta Vilas, like addicted to pleasure. After that, Chitra Kapulli, like tiger among the painters, and like Gunbhara, and it means virtuous, and Vichitrata, like curious mind also. So basically these titles owned by him. So he was Mahendra Varman first, who belonged to the Pallava dynasty, and basically he was Pallava dynasty ruler. So now the next question is Fahiyan. The Chinese pilgrim traveled to India during the region of Samudragupta, Chandragupta II, Kumar Gupta first, and Iskand Gupta. See, as I already told to you, as I already discussed to you, in this year, UPSC Civil Services has some question, very interesting question, like this type of factual questions also in history. You can see. So Chandragupta first, his time period was 375 to 414, also known as the Chandragupta Vikramaditya, is remembered for his patronage of art and literature also, and he is credited with the maintaining 9 luminaries which we call Navratna in his court. The great Sanskrit poet and playwright Kalidas was in his court also. So the Chinese Buddhist pilgrim Fahian 404 to 411, when he visited Fahian. Okay, So when he came to India, he visited India during Chandragupta second region. He has left an account of the life of people in India in 5th century AD. So that's why, like, whenever you read history, so the especially the topic of sources, though you have to must go through with the sources, like the sources, especially foreigner travelers account. So that was Fahian, like It Singh, like Wensang. So we have lots of traveler accounts where important information they have. So the correct answer should be Chandragupta II. So now the next question is, who among the following led a successful military campaign against the kingdom of Sri Vijay, the powerful maritime state which ruled the Malay Peninsula, Sumatra, Java and the neighboring islands? Amogh Varsha, Rashtrakuta, Pratap Rudra Kakatiya, Rajendra First Chola, Vishnu Vardhan Hoysala. So the question is that, like, this is also from ancient India, and this time you can see, like, the question is that ki, who among the following led to successful military campaign against the kingdom of Sri Vijaya, the powerful maritime state which ruled the Malay Peninsula, Sumatra, Java. It means Southeast Asia, if we are talking about that. So basically, the correct answer should be Rajendra first. The best part is that here Rajendra first, they also gave the option of Cholas. If there is not Cholas, so somehow it's difficult to you also that how to recognize. So basically, Rajendra Chol first, the son, he was the son of Raj Chol first, and led a successful and historic naval expedition against the Srivijaya Empire in 1025. So this compact campaign marked one of the most significant overseas military expedition in Indian history also. And the Chola navy attacked and captured several important, we can say, Sri Vijay ports and cities across the Malay Peninsula, Sumatra, and the surrounding regions also. So it had a great strategic importance in Indian Ocean trade, military conflicts also, and continued, and Cholas held their sway till Kolunga. So basically, the correct answer is that Rajendra first Chol. So now let's come to the next question with reference to the ancient Indian history. 600 to 322 BC, consider the following pairs. Ashmak, okay. So Ashmak means territorial region, and here the river flowing in the region. Ashmak, Godavari, Kamboja, Vipas, Avanti, Mahanadi, Kosala, Saryu. So how many of the pairs given above the correctly matched? The question is that, see, this is all about the Mahajanpadas, and when we see the rise or the emergence of Mahajanpadas, so the emergence of Mahajanpadas during the 6th century BC, when iron was discovered, and that became the U-turn, or you can say the main changes during after that, because the emergence of new cities, solar 16 rise of Mahajanpadas also. So here what we can see, the question is all about, like, Ashmak is located in Deccan region, and the Godavari river flowed through this area. So hence the first is correct answer. Yes, the first is, you can see, Ashmak, and through the Godavari river. The second one is Cambodia. Okay, so Cambodia was basically located in the northwestern part of the subcontinent and around present day Afghanistan and Tajikistan. So the Vipas or Bias river flows in the Punjab region, not in Cambodia region. So that's why two is not right. Cambodia, see here you can see, yeah, Cambodge in this region, and about the Beas or Vepas river that not flows in this region. So that is why this is not right. So what about the Avanti? Yes, Avanti was a Mahajanpada located in the western Madhya Pradesh. With its capital at Ujjain, the river associated with Avanti is the Chambal, not the Mahanadi, which flows in the Odisha and Chhattisgarh. So third is also not matched. Avanti, here you can see Avanti. So when we are talking about the, yes, when we are talking about the, like you can see this is Avanti, and the river is Chambal. So not the river is Mahanadi. So that's why this is also wrong. What about the Kosala? Kosala was a Mahajanpada and located in the region of present day eastern Uttar Pradesh with its capital at Shravasti. The Saryu river flowed through it, hence the 4 is correctly matched. So Saryu river, that is the right. Yes, you can see that this is the right answer when we are talking about like Shravasti. Yes, Kosala. So the correct answer is fourth is also correct, and that is why what we can see. Yeah, so that is why what we can see here, you can see Kosala. Yes, so that is why what we can see that B, only 2 is the right answer as per the statement. So now let's move to the next question. Ashokan inscriptions suggest that the Pradeshika, Rajuka and Yukta were important officers at the village level administration, district level administration and provincial administration and level of central administration. See, especially from Mauryans, administrative part is almost very important, and this time you can also see, yeah, and this time you can also see that question almost that is related to their administrative part. So the as per the Ashokan inscription suggest that the Pradeshika and Rajuk was also very important officers at that time period. So Pradeshika, Rajuka and Yukta were important officer at the district level. So as per the Rock Edict third, what we can see that these officers going on tours 5 years in order to instruct people in dhamma and for other purposes also. So the term Yukta occurs in the Arthashastra as a general term for the officers also. So basically what we can see that especially they are the officers of the district level administration. Yes, the term Rajuka may come from the Raju, meaning rope, or and the reference may be the measurement of the land and using ropes also. Though the lead of measurement may have been main or original day in Ashoka's time. So the Rajuki seem to have been high-ranking officers who were also associated with the public welfare measures also. So when we are talking about that, the Rajuka, yeah, the officers like Yukta, I already discussed ki like Yukta occurs in the Arthashastra as a general term in officer, and what about the Rajuka, and when we are talking about the Pradeshika, so basically they were, if we are talking about that, so basically they were the district level administrator also. Okay. Pradeshika and Pradesh Adhyakshas. So these were the regional officers responsible for administrating specific provinces of territories within the empire also. So here you can see that what was the role of Pradeshika, what was the role of Rajukas. Rajukas were officials responsible for overseeing revenue collection in specific regions of the empire. And what about the Yuktas were responsible for revenue collection and land administration. They assessed, taxed and managed land records also. Yes, so now this is from this question belongs to Indus Valley civilization. The famous female figurine known as dancing girl found at Mohenjo-daro is made of carnelian, clay, bronze or gold. See, this question is very easy because this is almost famous as a bronze dancing girl. So the correct answer should be bronze, because this mesmerizing sculpture famously known as the dancing girl is one of the highest achievement of the artist of Mohenjo-daro. The dancing girl is a sculpture made of bronze and it belongs to the Indus Valley IVC, Indus Valley civilization, and dates back to 2500 BC. Okay, and you can see Indus Valley civilization. Basically right now this is in National Museum at Delhi. So this is one of the best form of art, and you can see whenever you read about the art and culture that the female is also in the Tribhanga posture. Tribhanga posture. Okay, Tribhanga, that is the part of the dance also. So you can see. And now the question is, the first Gandharva Mahavidyalaya, a music training school, was set up in 1901 by Vishnu Digambar Palushkar in Delhi, Gwalior, Ujjain and Lahore. It seems like this question is, most of the students are not familiar with this type of question, but somehow we can't say like that, ki that where this type of questions, so you have to be aware about that also. So basically, the first Gandharva Mahavidyalaya was established by Pandit Vishnu Digambar Pulashkar on 5th May 1901 in Lahore, which was the part of British, and that is now in Pakistan also. So basically, the correct answer is Lahore. Yes, you can see Pandit Vishnu Digambar Pulashkar, and basically Pandit Vishnu Digambar was an Indian classical musician born in Kurun Dawad, a small town in British Bombay Presidency, Maharashtra. The music school run by funds raised by concert, public support, donation from richer class of the society. Vishnu Digambar returned to Mumbai in September 1908 to start a branch of Gandharva Mahavidyalaya in Girgaon, and eventually Lahore school was shifted to Mumbai after independence and subsequently established in administrative office at Miraj, Sangli district in Maharashtra. So this question basically related to the art and culture. So dear all students, so this is the analysis that what type of questions and what with the answer. So here you can see the different parameters of the questions, like in ancient, in medieval, in art and culture, and in and modern history. So these are the questions, and hope you like that. So kindly connect with us, and thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much with connect with us, and kindly connect with Primus Civil Services Academy. Thank you so much to